Well, hello, fellow human beings. It's Zach Grantham with Katie Country, and we are going to join you right now online to talk about your blood. We got Alan Fremont with 97.5 KLAK, Big Dave, Mad Rock 102.5, Killian, the host of The Rock Show on Mad Rock 102.5. And also we have Melanie with the Texoma Regional Blood Center. You know, guys, I know y'all are doing fine, but Melanie, how are you?
Personally, I'm doing all right. Now, on a blood collector's end, I'm probably really lacking. We've been in critical and urgent need of blood for going on a year now, and there's really no end in sight. So we could definitely be better.
What do we got to do to get you started? I know you got blood drives scheduled like crazy, right? You got stuff coming up, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We keep our blood mobile out on the streets, basically. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that we still collect blood here in the office. 6 days a week, we're open here in the office, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we're open from 9 a.m. until 2. And we do draw blood daily in the office. We also have the blood mobile out doing the mobile blood drives 5 or 6 days a week. And most of the blood we collect actually does come from those mobile blood drives because it's just more convenient for people to, donate blood at their office if the blood mobile is there. And you can always look on our website, which is texomablood.org, and click on the Find a Drive link, which is in the upper right-hand corner, and see where the blood mobile is in your community.
And never an appointment necessary. This is you walk in and get blood drawn. Is that correct?
Correct. Now there are some donations that do require scheduling, which is people that donate plasma or platelets here in the office. We only have 2 machines that do that, so it is an appointment is required, but usually Irene can work you in. So if somebody is interested in donating platelets or plasma, they would need to come up here first and do a regular whole blood donation so that we could get the appropriate testing done. And then they could be either ruled out or approved for platelet donation, and then they would get you on the schedule. And platelets can be donated every 28 days.
Got it.
What about blood type? Like you guys, I love you have like certain levels. Your level is like, oh my gosh, we need blood so bad we kind of need blood, whatever. So the blood types are like, is there any of them that are like up there right now that the one you need the most, or a couple that you need the most out of all of them?
So we have been, I don't know any other way to put it than to say desperate for O positive, O negative, A positive, A negative, B positive, and B negative for going on, I think, probably 10 weeks now. And then what's considered critical for AB positive and AB negative, and that is every single blood type. So, I've been telling people that our donor turnout has gone down while usage has gone up. But we were looking at this past year's numbers compared to the 2019-2020 year, and it looked like there was only about a 200 donation drop year-wise from 2019 to 2020. So that wasn't as much as we were expecting because we needed the blood, so much more. We were in constant need of blood all last year. And I was thinking that there was going to be a substantial drop in blood donor turnout. And that really wasn't the case. It was just that there is so much more blood that has been used. I spoke to one of the staff members at TMC who told me that the blood usage either doubled or tripled, and the plasma usage quadrupled, which isn't surprising because they were using the convalescent plasma. So I can understand why that would quadruple. But we had, on average, the same amount of people, I would say, coming and donating, but the usage was just through the roof. Incredible. And it's not slowing down. We've had a lower number of cases of COVID-19 locally, but the usage just has not slowed, and we just have not been able to keep up, really.
Good.
Well, we'll get everybody out to these. Where do you have blood drives coming up? What do we got going on? Talk to me.
So today we're at TMC until 6, and it's around back. You come in the Pool Road entrance, and there's like the helicopter pad is there to the left, and then there's the physician parking area, and that's where the blood mobile is. It's the employee entrance and bus pickup area. You'll see the blood mobile there to the left. Tomorrow we're at Era High School, which is it's way to the is that the west? Yeah, way to the west.
Cook County, y'all.
I was going to say, Zach will know. Just ask Zach. He's a walking map.
Home of the Hornets.
Man.
And then
How does he know this stuff?
on
He's a walking
April
map.
the 1st, on April the 1st, we're at Texas Instruments, and then Friday we're going to be at the Sherman Town Center from 9 a.m. until I think 3:30. Let me double check that. Yep, nope, until 3 o'clock. So 9 a.m. until 3, and then next week we're going to be in Munster on Tuesday. The First United Bank grand opening over here on Taylor Street on Tuesday. I believe we're going to be at Sam's Club on the 8th, which is Thursday. That hasn't been confirmed yet. We had a drive that canceled, and we're kind of scrambling for a last minute spot for Thursday. And then next Friday we're going to be in Lake Kiowa. And then Saturday, we're going to be at the VFW, or not the VFW, the American Legion Lakeside out in Pottsboro for their first annual Grumpy Memorial Blood Drive. They had a member who had
That sounds like a blast.
right. They had a member of their Legion that had passed away, I guess, due to COVID, shortly after moving into the area, and they wanted to do something to, show him some respect, and they're going to do a blood drive there. So that's going to be from 11 a.m. until 5, and they're going to have a cornhole tournament. He said, you come to give blood, and you stay for the camaraderie, the cornhole tournament, and the fellowship. So I was like, all right, that sounds good. Other than that, if anybody wants to know anything about blood drives or, our hours, what they can do, anything, they're more than welcome to reach out to me here in the office or shoot us a message on Facebook. Of course, check out our Facebook page. We have a Twitter. We also have an Instagram page, or like I said, they can just give us a call.
A TikTok?
No, I mean, I try with the TikTok, but just not pretty.
Yeah.
What's it going to be?
there's
Just
all
a video
different
of
kinds
them
opportunities
jabbing
to
somebody's
give the
arm
next
over
few
and over?
days, right? So lots of different ways to give next few days. You guys are going to be all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. We try to spread the blood mobile out as far as possible. We try not to keep it in just one area. Days in a row. If we're way out to the west one day, we try to go way back out to the east. At least the next week. So we try to keep it where everybody has access.
Cool. All right.
How long does every time that somebody can donate? I know you said 28 days for plasma. Is it 56 days for the blood center?
Yes, whole blood donation. So if you come in and and you go from needle to bag, which is a whole blood donation, that is every 56 days. Okay. Now, if you hook up to the machine, which is called an apheresis machine, which I thought was pretty interesting, and they take just red blood cells. So you can do a double red donation, which is where they take 2 units of just red blood cells. Then you wouldn't be able to donate again for 112 days. Because for every unit of red blood cells that's taken, it's 56 days for your body to regenerate. So if you give 2 units of red blood cells, it's going to be a while before you can come back in. Now, if you give platelets, it is every 28 days, and plasma is going to be about the same. We don't do a lot of plasma here just because we can only take – our testing is limited, so we can only take plasma from certain people.
Okay.
So I know last year we did a social distancing blood drive with you guys, which we need to get on the calendar again for this year, which we haven't done yet. So Zach, I'm putting that you've got something you need to schedule there for us. But
what?
Also, during that whole COVID thing, I know, a lot of folks now are getting their shots or getting their vaccine and stuff and so people have questions. If I got the COVID vaccine, Can I give blood? Do I have to wait a certain amount of
Absolutely.
time? What do we got to do?
There is no deferral period for the vaccine. So I hate to compare it to the flu because that is the big no-no.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
vaccine-wise, if you get the flu vaccine, you can donate the same day. That's the same thing for the COVID-19 vaccine. So if you receive the vaccine and you're still feeling well and healthy, you're not feeling sluggish or anything, you can come up here and donate blood. I actually had the second vaccine last Tuesday. So did my 71-year-old mother and my 74-year-old father and my mom and my fiance, as a matter of fact. And he came up here and donated blood directly afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I just realized that the last time I gave blood was our blood drive last year. So
Shame on
I'm
you.
way off of it. So I admit it. I'm guilty of this. You know why? Because I don't really, whenever I'm involved with something, I see it, and then if I don't necessarily see it, or I'll see the bloodmobile someplace and I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to give blood. And then of course real life gets in the way again. And then
Absolutely.
I forget about it until I see it again. I was like, and then I don't get to it until a year later. So yes, I'm guilty of that too, everybody. It's
This whole shortage is your fault.
Yes, the whole thing. Well, look at me. I got a lot of blood to give, dude. Seriously.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Be
and
positive.
I tell everybody this, be positive. I always say that I wish my blood type was B negative so that I could, if somebody told me to be positive, I could say, but I'm B negative,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, you'd think I would be B negative, but no, I'm B positive.
well, I tell everybody this. Before I started working here, I had never donated blood because I was under the impression that it wasn't a big deal. I mean, really, and I know that that's really naive of me, and I considered myself somewhat well-informed, but I really missed the ball on this one. You only hear about blood donation when it's desperate, when it's a desperate cry. You only hear about how important it is to donate blood when you're being told that there's a critical or an emergency need for blood. And the fact is that there is always a need for blood. There is always a patient at TMC or Wilson & Jones or somewhere else that is going to need blood, and not just one patient. There's a lot. I mean, TMC can use 100 units of blood over the weekend, and we only collect 20. And every single drop of blood that is transfused at TMC, Wilson & Jones, Baylor Scott & White, Munster Memorial, and TMC in Bonham comes from this blood center. It does not come from anywhere else. Now, if there's a chance that we are able to find blood from another blood center that we need, that they have a surplus of, we can ship it here. That's the only time that blood will come from another center, is if they have a surplus and we have a need, and then we can get it from them. Other than that, nobody else supplies blood to our area. It's just us, and it's our community. So when we say that the life that you're saving by donating blood could be your next door neighbor's, that is legitimate. You could donate blood and pass by the person who your blood went to in the grocery store, because that blood stays here. And the majority of blood is used at TMC because it is our largest hospital. Okay.
Interesting. So it's all kept at home. Now, where do we go from here? What's our next step here? Where are you guys? You got a website folks go to? I know that. So we can find out exactly where you're going to be, when you're going to be there. I know you had a litany of places you're going to be. So folks can easily go to your website, find out exactly where you're going to be and when, right?
Right. Now I did have a little issue with Facebook over the last couple of months where all of our events were being marked as spam for some reason. So I've got to go back and get all of those back active again. But you can also find all of our events on Facebook. Okay. And I do my best to, share those information and share that information on Facebook and our social media, because that is really the only way that we have to reach the public is social media. And we don't have much of a following. We've got about 5,000 people on our Facebook that follow us. So if you want to help and you aren't able to donate, what I tell people is become an advocate. Talk to your friends about donating blood, share the information, just, encourage other people to donate if you're not able to donate yourself.
Yep. And follow those pages, guys. Follow all of their pages, all their social medias, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and even TikTok. You know,
No TikTok.
because it's at least funny.
TikTok to
No,
be soon.
just follow other stuff, you guys, because that's like Melanie said, that's the only way they can get the word out. And God, it had to have been really difficult pre-social media, huh? Had to have been really hard.
I'm sure it was. I wasn't here then. I just started working here in 2019. So for me, I had about 2 months of normalcy, and then it was pandemic. So
Sink or swim.
right.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of both, sunk and swim.
So Melanie, we had an interesting comment a second ago, and I thought I'd bring it up just so you could see this. Here's Gloria Smith on Facebook saying that I'm the one type that is almost worthless. LOL, AB positive isn't compatible enough, but I think that's a misconception, right? That
is a very big misconception. So my mom is AB positive, and my mother, who is 71 years old, comes and donates platelets. So they think that that it's worthless or that it's not as needed. But the fact is that even now, we have been in critical need of AB positive and AB negative. So they, with AB positive, they can give to anybody that is A positive or B positive or AB positive. So it's not that it's worthless at all. And we've been in critical and urgent need of A positive and B positive also. So while it's not as common a blood type, when it comes to plasma and platelets, they're the universal donor. But when it comes to blood, there are 2 other blood types that they can give to.
Yeah, both
so
my
it's not
kids.
very often. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, both my kids are. My dad is AB positive. So, I mean, just in my one family, it's just, yeah.
My cousin came in here. The other day, and I'm 41. She's 2 years younger than me. And she gave blood at her high school blood drive in SNS back in like 2000, whenever it was, 1999, and she passed out. And so she hasn't given blood since. But she was off work and she called me and she was like, Melanie, I miss you. I'm going to come to your work and give blood. And I was like, yes. And she came in here and gave blood. I posted a picture of it. I'll share it with y'all later if I can. She's making a really scared face. She's like, and but she found out she's AB positive. And so when it comes to platelets for women, if a woman has ever been pregnant, they have to test her blood for something called HLA. Not 100% sure what it is. It's like if your body has been exposed to fetal blood, you create an antibody. And if you have that antibody, you can't give platelets. But I don't have that antibody, and neither does my cousin. So she's going to be able to give platelets, and she's the universal donor for plasma and platelets. So she's AB positive, and she's going to come in here every 28 days and start giving plasma and platelets.
Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
Whether she likes it or not, she's going to be in here every 28 days.
I was going to say, that didn't sound like she had a whole lot of a choice.
That's what I do to my family.
Well, Melanie,
you got to get it done somehow.
It's going to become my personal mission to get you some more awareness on social media.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
It's also going to be my personal mission to make sure that I take the Texoma Regional Blood Center TikTok account before you start it.
I dare you. I get after it. I would love it. I would love it.
Do not let that happen. Do not let that happen.
You can make your first TikTok, you and Garrison up here giving blood, because he is here. He is here every 28 days. So
I love me some Garrison.
Well, me
there
too.
You go.
And he can literally pick me up and put me in his arms.
That must be a Joshua's Crossing reference there.
Yeah.
It's my fiance. It's his little. Well, he's 6'5", and Zach is. How tall are you?
I think 5'1" today.
Standing up, wearing shoes on.
Yeah. Just the tennis shoes today.
In his platform shoes, he's 5'3".
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, Melanie, is there anything else that you would like to cover with the listeners? I know it's always a very critical time, especially the last couple of months with the Texoma Regional Blood Center, but you're always needing blood over there. And we just want to make sure that we're beefing up your blood supply so that way you can kind of relax just a little bit and not be too stressed and go, we're really desperately we're in desperate times right now. We desperately need some help. But I want to say that last time we talked and we did one of these, like there was a stat or something like one person could save 3 people's lives. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. Because since your blood is separated into three components, it's plasma, platelets, and blood. Those three components can be given to 3 separate patients and literally save three people's lives. It's a lot of people think that it's just a catchy phrase, but it is very true. And I hate it when I see people that think that their blood type is less important than the next, because you could really be saving. In some cases, you could save your own life. I mean, you could donate blood up here, and then a couple days later have a crash, and God forbid, end up in the hospital and get a blood transfusion of your own blood, because that blood does stay here locally.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? We that in itself is important to everyone. I know that it stays locally, and the fact that you guys are the only hospital that or the only blood source where all these hospitals is really kind of mind-boggling. And I really doubt anybody had any idea. Anybody knew
I had
that
no
was the
clue.
case.
I mean, I always thought that it was a network of blood centers, and I kind of thought that it was ran by a different entity. Basically, without bringing up any names, there's one group that's really that first comes to mind when people think about blood donation, and unfortunately, that's just not true. If we run out of blood here, so if we run out of O positive or O negative, and we call our buddies, because there is kind of a network of blood centers, we can say, hey, we need O negative, and somebody down the road, maybe in Dallas or Plano or maybe further south or somewhere says, oh, wait, we've got a surplus of that. We can get that blood. But it doesn't always happen like that, especially over the last year, where we are not alone in our struggle. We are not the only blood center that has really just been hurting. It's nationwide. It's everywhere. Everybody needs blood, because the usage is not just a local thing, that's going on everywhere. So if we run out of a blood type, it's going to have to come from our friends and neighbors. It's going to have to come from people in our community, because we can't just pick up the phone and call, Carter and say, hey, we don't have any A negative. And they say, oh, well, we've got that, because they're going to say, well, we don't have it either. And that to me has been the scariest part of all this, is just the fact that there is the only backup plan is us. And people have really got to, I've got to really find a way to reach out to our community and to help educate people so that they understand that need is met from within.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I was going to, Zach, can you do me a favor? Can you bring up the Texoma Regional Blood Center's website and share that on the screen? Because, we post this up on Facebook, we post this up on YouTube, and, both of those platforms are well known for how-to videos. And I want to make sure that people out there that are watching, I want to bring up the website, and I want to show them actually here on the screen where they're needing to go to be able to see.
There we are.
Yeah, to see where those, you made it really easy. Right there it is. Find a blood drive. So you just click up there and then it'll
you just scroll down and there's our calendar.
Got the calendar. Oh wow, look at all that. Yeah. So at this point, gentlemen, there's no excuse for us not to have find one of these to go give blood, either that or the actually go into the blood center itself. What are the hours again, Melanie, of the actual blood center?
In the blood center itself, we are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we are open from 9 a.m. until 2. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to really try to get some weekend blood drives scheduled, because those after business hours blood drives and weekend blood drives are really geared to the people that cannot get off work.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can just run out of their office at lunch and come give blood. So I know that really does make a difference for some people.
But I know there are a lot of the local employers who that's why they set up a blood drive for their employees. So you guys take the blood bills out there.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, a lot of those had stopped because of COVID-19. They've, like Cigna, they can't they're not even in the office anymore. Everybody at Cigna is working from home.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that I've got some good friends that still work there. I worked there for several years, and I've got some good friends that still work there, and they've helped share the information among the management there to their team members and encourage them to come up here and donate. So they have a program with Cigna called Use Your 8, and it's 8 hours basically of community service. And so anybody that works at Cigna can use 2 of their 8 hours to come up here and donate blood. So they'll come up here and donate blood, and Cigna will still pay them.
We actually have the same thing here at the radio stations. Alpha Cares,
Awesome.
which will give us the 8 hours a year that we can use to volunteer or to give blood or something like that. So that's fantastic. Now, I do have one more question about, now there's not a, you don't have to schedule an appointment, but if you're a super busy person, can you schedule an appointment so that you know that you don't have to sit there and wait?
I would say we would definitely do our best to accommodate anyone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not busy enough that it would be required.
Gotcha,
Like I could pick my computer up and take you guys for a tour real quick if you'd like.
Sure. If you want to
Okay.
do that, absolutely. Yeah.
All
If
right.
it'll still work around there, because, Zach is one of those guys that he's like super busy. So he may have to, have his assistant actually schedule him to be in the.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
He is
So-
very, very busy.
Let's see.
Caden is his assistant, though.
I said that. You know what? I said that, and I forgot that I don't know how I can forget this.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Hey, that would be fun.
okay. We don't want to have a recording of you falling down at the office. So
Yeah.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
There's that.
I'm
I
sure.
don't even be giving blood live.
Yeah, no, right. I had
That's
knee
not what we mean by
surgery.
giving blood.
I had knee surgery, and I can't quite walk all the way yet. So you can see. I'll just stick my computer out here, and y'all can see how not busy we are.
Oh,
Can you
wow.
see?
if we can.
There's Irene. There's Irene. That's our phlebotomy supervisor.
Who is that?
That is the guys from the radio station. So you
Hey,
can
why
come in
is
here.
your camera moving so much, Melanie?
Yeah.
So
You act like you're
there
on
we are.
crutches.
It's 11:15 basically,
Oh, wow.
and there is nobody here.
Oh.
That is not a good sight there. Yeah.
No,
No.
so you really don't have to worry about not having, about having to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad sight. So we got to get some folks in there. Guys, get in there, donate blood. Zach, get your assistant on this.
There's
All right.
Kira.
He's at school right now, but I'll talk to you when he gets home.
Come up here and see me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
See, she's saying
Let me-
go there and see her.
There you go.
Crutch myself back into my office real quick. There's Tia.
Hi, Tia.
I have to commend you on your crutching with the
I know,
camera in your
right?
hand.
I'm
That's
like, I'm not sure I could do that.
I can guarantee you I can't. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, so I can guarantee you I can't do that.
Those are some nice ceiling tiles.
Yes.
Well, I've gotten. I had surgery. Gosh, it was a month ago now, so I've gotten pretty used to the crutches, but I keep forgetting that I have them. So I do things like, oh, let me take care of that, and then I'm like, oh, wait a second. So
Hey, Melanie, really quick, what are the age requirements to give blood?
you have to be 17 years old. There is no upper age limit as long as
Dang,
you are
I'm out.
healthy. As long as
Next
you are
year.
healthy.
Zach
Go
next
ahead.
year.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Zach next year. You can do 7.
We're just
Well,
being
it's
goofy.
actual age, not maturity level.
Oh.
So we're all good.
Oh.
She knows Zach really well. You know what I'm saying?
You two have met. You both know each other well.
I'm pretty childish myself. So
No, it's not childish. It's childlike.
Oh.
Like, yeah,
well, I was
There's
thinking.
a very thin line.
that's awesome.
Well, I really appreciate you guys thinking about us and taking the time to do all of this.
No, thank you for what you do in the community. It's the very least we can do to help you out. Honestly, it's such a crucial thing, and we're in such a crucial point right now where we need everyone's help. So,
Yeah.
whatever we can do to help, we are here for you. Whatever you
We
need.
got to fix that problem and nobody being there right now. I mean, wow,
Yeah.
that was startling. I mean, not a
Yeah.
single person in there giving blood right now.
And I've been in here with my door shut, so I didn't have any warning. I really didn't know what I was going to walk into. I was going to feel kind of silly if I opened the door and there were 6 people sitting outside. But
We'd rather you felt silly.
but I mean, it does happen. It seems like, maybe a group of people will talk and they're like, oh, okay, let's go give blood.
Yeah.
And they'll all come in here at the same time. So somebody could show up and think, oh, well, they're packed, Well, yeah, right this very second we may be. But overall, it just doesn't happen that way. We don't stay busy all day long. And that's, again, that's something that before working here, I had no clue about. I thought that everybody else donated blood. And there's a blood center in Rhode Island that started a campaign called Somebody Else. I forget what the actual campaign is called, but they gave a face to somebody else, and it's a guy, and his name is Somebody Else, and his phone's ringing off the hook, and he's like, "Hello, yeah, A positive, okay, yeah, I got 3 units A positive coming," and it shows him walking around with a blood bag attached to him. And he's giving blood for everybody because somebody else is always doing it.
Yeah.
And
That's a good point too.
that to me, I thought really drove home the facts is that because I personally thought that everybody else was donating blood, that it wasn't a big deal. And it really is a big deal. I think they say that 38% of Americans are eligible to give blood, which isn't a lot. That's 38% is not a lot. It's about a third, we'll say, can actually give blood, but less than 10% actually do. Wow. So if just locally we could get, 1 or 2% more people of our local community interested and actively donating, repetitively, that could really make an impact on the patients here. It could make it where somebody who was supposed to receive a blood transfusion but couldn't because we didn't have the blood, just encouraging a small percentage of people more to donate could really make an impact.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything we're missing? Anything that we haven't hit? Anything you need to make sure gets out there?
I don't think so. I think that we pretty much covered it. You guys are pretty thorough.
We are. Zach wrote a lot of questions. We threw them away though, because not one of them had to do with blood.
Well, one question Alan Fremont texted me was like, when y'all get like blood from like another place like down south, do y'all like turn up like Eastbound and Down by like Jerry Reed and like kind of like Smoking the Bandit like when you're bringing that stuff back up here?
I wish that would make my job a whole lot more interesting.
Eastbound and Down,
loaded up and trucking.
So they're blood runners. Wow, that sounds like a great gig.
Now we do have people here in the office that do that locally. Our inventory staff, if Munster Memorial ran out of a blood type and one of our other hospitals had it, one of our inventory personnel, they work back in the lab, they're on call 24/7. So they would get a call, on a Saturday night, and they'd be like, "Oh, got to go take some blood to Munster Memorial at 1:00 in the morning." And they're up here getting blood and taking it to the hospital. But no, we don't do that for other blood centers. They're shipped here. It's not nearly
a vampire cape to do that in.
Not like an Uber thing, just appropriate.
I think I might need to get me one of those capes.
I think you should. You should deliver blood in a vampire cape. It's just a thought.
I mean, I think that sounds like an excellent idea. I'll ask our board what they think.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I know that we will do everything in our power with our 3 stations here in Texoma to get the word out there and hopefully get you some people to come in over the next several days and get out to these blood drives.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And if you guys, you guys want to come up here and do a live, we're more than happy to assist. We'd love to see each and every one of you up here in one of those green chairs.
Deal.
For sure.
Deal.
We can sing Eastbound and Down.
I'll sing it for you.
We'll sing it in harmony too, the 4 of us.
I don't know about that.
Hang on, one more question for you, Melanie. Hang on. So Ashley wants to know, she's O negative. Happy to donate every chance I can. Are there any drives going on? Well, yes, we talked about that just a little bit ago. That you can get those up on the website. And also wanting to know she can donate on a Saturday.
Absolutely. We're open here. First off, she's got a really great last name. It's Robertson. So, I mean, maybe it could be a cousin.
Maybe.
But O negative is the thing about O negative is they can give blood to any blood type, but they can only receive blood from other O negative donors. So if you're O negative and you're in an accident, you can only have O negative blood. Now, as for the donation, we do not have a blood drive scheduled this Saturday, but we are open in the office. It's 3911 Texoma Parkway, Sherman, Texas. We're open from 9 a.m. until 2. You're more than welcome to come in here. We would love to see you.
Sweet. All right, Melanie. Well, I think we're going to let you get back to doing some work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Melanie.
Bye,
Y'all have
Melanie.
a good day.
See ya.
Bye.
Jazz hands, everybody. Jazz
Bye.
hands.
Yes.
Bye.